This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 13th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was up by 0.6 points or 0.15% and closed at 406.19. Total trade volume was down with 51,794 shares changing hands at a total value of 244.9 million real or over $61,000. On the main board, 3 stocks were up. Leading the market was Pestech Cambodia, up 3.85% or 100 real to 2,700 real per share, followed by MJQ Education, which rose 0.50% or 10 real to 2,000 real per share. CamGSM was also up by 10 real to 2,450 real per share. On the downside, 5 stocks declined. The biggest loser of the day was Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, dropping 0.59% or 80 real to 13,520 real per share, followed by Grand Twins International, which was down 0.56% or 40 real to 7,040 real per share. Other stocks down were Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Royal Group Phnom Penh SCZ, and Akleda Bank. Meanwhile, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port remained flat. Over on the growth board, DVD Engineering dropped 0.50% or 10 real to 1,990 real per share, while JS Land was down 0.36% or 10 real to 2,770 real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 17,964 shares changing hands at a total value of 123 million real or over $30,000, approximately 35% of the total trade volume on Wednesday. CamGSM recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 9,130 shares changing hands at a total value of 22 million real or over $5,500, about 18% of August 13th's trade volume. In other market news, a number of companies published their Q2 financial reports for the year 2025. Akleda Bank announced that it recorded a revenue of 941.57 billion real or $229.6 million in Q2, which was a year-on-year increase of 7.75%. Profit attributable to owners of the bank was also recorded at 191 billion real or $46.59 million, up 64.17% year-on-year. As of June 30th, 2025, Akleda Bank's total assets reached 46.30 trillion real or roughly $11.29 billion, which is an increase of 6.17%. JS Land reported no revenue in Q2 2025 and rather saw a drop of 6 billion real or around 100% from the same period a year earlier. Operating profit fell while net loss narrowed, mainly due to the absence of sales revenue during the quarter. In Q2 2025, CamGSM or Cellcard's net profit fell by 3.39 billion real or over $828,000, which is around 19% down year-on-year, mainly due to lower telecom revenue from border-related disruptions and the reversals of over-accruals from Q2 2024. The company expects revenue recovery from July 2025, supported by new subscription plans, while cost optimization efforts, including a new distribution model, delivered 23% of savings and boosted the EBITDA margin to 43%. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD was stable at 4,005 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was down to 97.71. Looking at global commodities, oil prices fell on Wednesday after the IEA noted supply overtaking demand this year, while investors awaited Friday's meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Brent crude futures fell 45 cents or 0.7% to $65.67 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures edged down 53 cents or 0.8% at $62.64. Gold rose as expectations of a U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate cut in September gained traction following mild inflation data, while a weaker dollar bolstered bullion's demand. Spot gold gained 0.3% to $3,354.77 per ounce. U.S. gold futures for December delivery inched up 0.1% at $3,403.20. Futures tied to the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 inched lower early Wednesday as investors came off a record-setting session that saw encouraging news on the inflation front. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, S&P 500 futures slipped 0.39%, while Nasdaq 100 futures ticked down 0.12%. However, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 7 points or less than 0.1%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 13th.